Stream here at a PlayStation Experience in San Francisco, California, the Moscow West Center. I'm here with the fabulous Anton and John, the guy who did the piano guy on that stream the first time in Milwaukee, October 1st. Yay! And the E3. I'm here with them today, and they're currently showing us some quick stuff with Dreams. Here you see, I believe, John with 2 PS Move controllers with 2 imps currently making a 4-wheel select scenario. John, can you tell us about what you're actually making right now?
Well, John's off headset, so I'm going to have to answer.
Okay, Anton, tell me what John is making right now.
So what we did for the streams and stuff is John put together a collection of pieces from this forest scene that we'll be showing at the show.
Yep. And
that collection allows him to kind of use those modules to make a variety of different forests, and they're quite varied in a way, but they all sit together, but they're varied enough that you can make completely distinct scenes with them.
Definitely.
So I think that's going to be one of the really interesting ways of creating for people is like some people like John, for example, will make these kind of curated collections, almost like kits that allow you to make, bigger levels.
Yep.
And because there's going to be such a variety, because he can like sculpt and make them completely himself, then they're going to be all very unique. So it's not just like, oh, these are the kits that MM made. Like anybody can make a kit.
Yep.
And that allows people that, it's a huge one.
I had to point out something. Is that actual water or is that painted water being emitted?
Painted water.
Painted water. Okay, just like the last time. Oh.
We're not live?
Yeah, okay, never mind then. I'm just rehearsing. Did I do good? Oh.
It says streaming live.
Oh my god, wait, is it streaming live?
Media Molecule.
Should be live.
Should be live.
It says 0 views, bitrate
0 viewers.
Yeah.
Is the chat up on here? Can you bring the chat room up?
No, because it said right before it started, it was like Texas or something.
And now we've just stopped.
You guys are so good, by the way.
Oh yeah, thank you. I really appreciate it. I got the flow in me. I got the dreams ready. I'm ready to contribute to this whole scenario. Thank you.
Oh, we are live.
We are live.
So that was all live.
We're still live.
We are still live. That was a fake rehearsal. I got you. Yes. Okay.
Oh, we got 2 viewers. Is that you
we got
guys?
2 viewers. Hi, 2 viewers. How are you?
Let's keep it going.
Hello again.
Okay. Hello again.
That wasn't rehearsed
Do you want me to
at all.
start from the beginning, or do you want me to just continue?
I think we just keep rolling, man.
Okay, we're just rolling. So what I was talking before was I was talking about the water. Was it actual water or wasn't painted emitted water?
That was painted water.
It was painted water, just like the
5 strokes though. So like, I think it's a good question because obviously
it looks amazing.
Yeah, and it's
Holy
like
cow.
I think it's really tricky to do, physically simulated water that also looks impressionistic.
Yeah.
Like we always have some experiments.
Oh, there's that bear from the last live
there's
stream.
a
The
bear.
textured. Yep. I remember that bear. I love that bear.
So
I call
yeah,
it
it's
Dumb
like
Bear.
you could do it, but it's sort of it depends on if the water is part of your gameplay and you need the physics of it to like redirect the water or whatever, then obviously physics makes sense.
Yep.
But if you just need water as decoration, actually you often get better results by painting it directly.
Yeah.
So it depends on what people want to do with it. Obviously simulating water is in a way harder,
Yeah.
or it's just a different kind of thing than doing it in a painterly way.
I remember Alex told me they needed 4 of you and 2 of him, 2 of other people just to get water rolling. So it must be definitely quite challenging.
Water's tricky. Yeah.
But this is good enough. Looks really realistic. I would have thought it was real water. If you didn't say anything, we would have secretly been like real water.
Like, imagine actually trying to do physics water through this scene and making it look that good. Because it's going to catch, you're going to have to set all those rocks, you're going to have to make like a collision mesh.
Yeah.
Like, it's going to be a total nightmare to actually, and like, what if that rock goes in there? That looks pretty nice, but that rock would actually break the water and it would bleed everywhere. So
Definitely.
it's it's sort of double-edged sword physics water. Like, it's cool for some things, but
No, if other engines used this kind of water instead of actual water, and people would still think it's real water, that would be pretty innovative, don't you think?
yeah, it's. I think a lot of other engines do like scrolling texture, or they do some kind of shader hack on top of it.
Yeah.
But I think this is like I like the way that this sits with the scene.
Yeah.
It's not like standard-looking water. It's more like a painted-looking water, and I think that's kind of the key is getting the artistic feel through it, not just saying, "Oh, this is the water texture." Like that's just a kind of brushstroke. Like it's not a water brushstroke.
Yeah. Now, John is switching from the Move controls to the PS3 one, so I'm assuming you're going to see a different UI, even though the UI is all placeholder, like you said. It can change at any amount of time. Right. But yeah, it'll be really interesting to see how both vary in this way.
Yeah.
Really,
Oh yeah. Straight it out. Oh yeah. The wiring situation is crazy.
definitely. It's really cool.
Yeah, just a slightly different layout. And that's just because on the Move controllers, it's more comfortable for the UI to be kind of near your right hand, so like you're holding it with this hand and the UI's here.
Yep.
Whereas on the DualShock, you know, where you start, like you click, and then it's more comfortable to kind of move in this circle.
Yep.
So we just put the UI around like almost like a pie menu expanding thing. So
like this game is all about performance. Even the UI is all performance based.
yeah,
It's all
yeah, you want to make
performance.
it feel nice.
Yeah.
So the UI system we have makes it really easy for us to kind of, you know, rearrange it and
Yeah.
change the positions. So we're always playing around with different layouts that sort of feel nicer or make more sense to people.
Definitely. One thing I do really like about this whole thing is that how you had that filter on the whole forest. Like instead of how tree barks are usually solid, you actually had the filter and added in that extra age into it. And oh my god, it's a polar bear. The gummy bear version of a fuzzy polar bear. Holy cow. What
The bear
season
is
are we in?
in.
Is that winter? Is that for a winter season? I don't know. It's like a wintry polar bear.
I don't know. Do bears change fur for winter? No, they just hibernate.
So
he just woke up.
Yes, with the purple heart. Yay, he's doing the ballet. So many things you can do in this game you can't do anywhere else, people. This is amazing. And his belt is a bit loose. But that's okay. That's okay.
That
He's
way to
walking
the
with pride.
forest.
Yeah, it's a big golden. It's fine. Oh, he's going
Don't
to
get
the
your
water.
arms wet.
Oh. This is like a fairy tale live that you can perform.
I love the waddle.
That's really cool. Are you able to edit the characters as you play through create mode, or like is there?
Yeah,
stuff
yeah.
about
So there's like the whole create and play mode is really mashed together.
Yep.
So essentially, like that's what John was saying is we sort of switched to this like God mode thing where you can do all, you have all the create tools, but even just in the play mode,
Yeah.
the creator of the level, like that we showed in Paris, can unlock certain objects.
Yeah.
So like, you know, trees or things to solve the puzzle.
Yeah.
So the capability in create versus play is actually the same. It's
Yeah.
just the only difference is like play mode is essentially just what the creator of the author of the level allowed you to do.
Yeah.
But it could be as much as allowing everything, at which point there is no distinction. It's like you can make, like this kit is an interesting example, because you can make a level, for example, and just have a bunch of different pieces, and you just say, hey, like make me a forest, and that could be a legitimate level for someone to do, which is kind of neat because it's a very creative, like you essentially can make a user-generated content game inside this user-generated content game. So like if you want to make like an LBP clone, you can actually get pieces that look like LBP pieces and make the editor in
That's
Dreams, right? You
mind-blowing.
just
Again,
give them the collection kit.
Dreamception-ish.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
You
that's
make your old games and new games. If you don't have it, make it.
oh, is that the
That'd be
physics
really
grass?
Yeah, it's physics.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I can see the physics.
I don't know
on
if
the
it's
grass.
actually-
That's really cool. Now, how do you do physics on objects? Can you talk about that yet, or is it like something like you give a general idea?
I mean, the objects that are like, you know, objects that just fall down and whatever, those are just done through our physics engine that works. I mean, we're still working on the different kinds of physics tech, right? But the one that we have in there is fairly sort of traditional, so to speak.
Yep.
So it's the same kind of physics that you would expect from a regular game, except that for the collision volumes, we use the sign distant field stuff directly. So like we don't do approximations or something.
Yep.
That's what we do in there now. But then for things like the grass that John was just showing, those are done using. Actually, I don't know. I'd have to talk to Mark Adami about it. But I think he's using like just splines that he physically simulates and then reconstructs the grass or something.
I just noticed that water
yeah.
pipeline. That was from Steve Biggs' creation. He put it into other streaming. Now you're using it here. You're remixing it, using other people's creations and stuff. It's really
Yeah,
cool.
we just had this idea pre-stream. Like, wouldn't it be cool to make this industrial factory inside the forest?
Yeah.
Because we were looking for water pieces. Because like, oh, we want to do a waterfall, and then we found that. We're like, oh, it's not quite a waterfall, but.
Yeah.
And then it gave us the idea, like, oh, well, what if we did put something industrial in it?
Yeah.
So it's really
Improving
cool to just.
On the way, it's really cool.
Yeah.
You can see Dreams more as an improv thing, and if you have something planned, you can do that too. It's both, like, it's anything. Like, this is amazing.
Yeah.
Like, creating a game that you really need to have. It's
Yeah, we have a
something
great time with the improv style of it. Personally, like, I think generally like, John is more calculated, but I'm kind of pushing him to be like, use the pipe. Yeah, John's usually like, very very careful. But I think like the faces that you did were less planned. The faces that were the kind of splatty versions, that was more just grabbing strokes and putting them together. So it's kind of like it depends on what you're working on. I think you kind of change your style in a way. But yeah, definitely one of the funnest things is just to like browse through search, pick stuff, and collage a crazy scene, and you get stuff that's really novel in a way because you don't really know where you're going to end up.
Definitely. I mean, it looks really amazing. Like, I love how you're using basic shapes and you're making something complex out of it too. So, like, if you don't know what to create or what to start with, pick a random shape, a square, a circle, I don't know, pyramid. Just smash it all together and you start creating something.
Yeah.
So there's really no like existing problem of, oh, I don't know what to create, because it's a good thing because now you can just improv, just pick random pieces and see what you can come up with.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
I actually have no. You probably can't hear me, but I actually have no idea what I'm doing here. I'm playing. It's the concept of sketching, right? So when you're sketching, you don't necessarily have a plan, but improvising and not having a plan can always lead. It's risky, but you can always lead to more interesting results. So although I don't really quite know where I'm going to go, I'm sketching, having fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, and on a stream, we've got to get risky, right?
Definitely.
Oh, I think your thing is.
Yeah, thanks. Hi, people. All right. Like speaking of risks, there's also seeing how high the thermometer can go. But that's
There's no thermometer, so actually we don't know yet. Like,
yeah, exactly.
I mean,
it's
there
the
is
best
one,
part.
but it only gets turned on through debug. So we when we do these streams, we have no idea where we're at. So we can kind of tell by the frame rate. Like if the frame rate starts going down, we know we're about like halfway down to crash land or whatever. But
that's a good idea actually
to
measure the whole thing through frame rate. If it gets slow, there we go.
Yeah, I mean, and we have some interesting like. There's some interesting ideas around that too, because we're experimenting with the thermometer for LVP was a bit simpler because it was 2D.
Yeah.
But obviously for a 3D game, especially one where we let you like make the assets yourself, it's trickier to set that up because we don't really know. Like you can very quickly blow the thermometer if you like select the whole scene and like clone the whole like kind of how I did on the stream ago, and like we're still pondering if we're gonna like if we're gonna try to put in those safeguards because there's actually a lot of subtlety there. Like, well, how many objects should we let you clone? Like, what is the thing? So right now we just have no limits, and in practice we find that people want to work with the tool rather than break it. So like in a way we don't want to put safety rails for you guys because, well, the best stuff is usually done like right at the edge of the safety rails.
Yeah.
And so if we just put guardrails to make sure that it's all very safe, it might be a bit easier to use the thing, but like it loses some of its charm. So I think as long as the person works with the tool and not just says, "Oh, how fast can I crash it?" Like, well, you can. I mean, you can load up Unreal and like load 2 games into it, and after a while it'll chug, and like Maya will do the same thing. So all these
it's always memory-based stuff. It's always memory inside stuff. It's a matter to see how far you can go, or how you can optimize it to see how far you can go.
Yeah.
And with Dreams, it's very optimized, especially with this filter. The more primitively-esque it looks like, the more you can put into the level, like you said.
Yeah, like you can see it. I don't think we often hit limits. Like the only times we hit limits is like when we're doing a show and we literally work on a scene for like a week or two, and people are really trying to push it. But within a day, it's very hard, I think, to hit the limit just going at a sort of regular pace.
Yeah. I mean, right now, like, how long did you take to make this scene so far, John?
John, how long have we been streaming for? 20 minutes or something? Basically. So a lot of it is a testament to the kit, though, right? Like, the pieces that John put together work together nicely.
Yeah.
And the other big thing is it's subtle, and it kind of goes unnoticed, but the lighting really holds the whole scene together. So the reason you can just drop modules in from, John Beach's level or whatever, or these, like, pipes, or... The reason it all kind of works is because the lighting is really tight. If you just grabbed random modules off the internet, it wouldn't really work, but everything is made in the same kind of cohesive way, so that's what lets you do the mix and matchery. Without that, actually, it just looks a bit like a crappy collage. So, yeah, that's a... Yeah,
it needs to be quirky, it needs to be fun, variant, unexpected, and random. That's what a Dream is, too, basically. Yeah. So it's a win-win on all of the requirements here. I'm trying to see how John moves the controller too, see how he moves the camera, because I don't know how the controls exactly work, even though they may be temporary. So it's like he's moving backwards and forwards, and I'm like, is he moving it forward? He's moving it backwards.
What I'm doing is I'm constantly looking at my composition.
Yeah.
And it's a really, you can do it very quickly actually, but I'm constantly looking at different So
Yeah.
I'm always moving in, seeing what it looks like from, where the camera will be when you're playing the game. So
Yeah.
That's why I'm kind of moving in and out.
Yeah, to do a 3D scene that you're going to walk through, you have to keep looking around. So like, even in VR, where you get a lot of better depth perception, you still, like, it's interesting, people say, oh, depth perception is this huge thing, and it does help a lot, but actually, if you look at your eyeballs, like, you really don't have much stereo perception past about 10 meters. So you can't really tell a scene in a big sense. You have to start to move your head and using like that parallax cues, and moving your head is the same thing as moving the camera. So you really get most of your 3D sense from just kind of looking around and moving at stuff rather than like just the stereo vision of it. So that's where kind of constantly looking around the scene really helps, because it gives you something that's playable afterwards in 3D.
Definitely.
You can use the stabilizer on it. Yeah, stabilize. Yeah. Yeah, because it gets unwieldy at full speed. But if you stabilize,
So is
Stairway to
stabilize.
Heaven? Yeah, it gives you a lot of.
So is stabilize like a type of sensitivity thing to make it all precise? I think
Yeah.
you mentioned that before too.
Yeah.
It's like pure grid right there. It's like precise 1-to-1 ratio.
Yeah. Yeah, so the stabilize function is what lets you kind of do precision without resorting to grid.
Yeah.
Because some stuff you want to do on grid and you want it to be like, lining up.
Whoa,
But
that's
some of
amazing.
this kind of stuff, like that you want it to be more organic, there isn't really a grid to work with. So
Yeah.
stabilizing and using like reference points is really quite helpful for that.
Yeah. Is it trying to make like a staircase to like an all new type of area? Like it's a cloud.
Go for it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let's do that. We're working together. Teamwork. Woohoo. Okay.
Yeah, that's the.
Just gonna lay back watching him do his magic. Wait. So you guys have a whole database right now? We can search through items and stuff. We can like mash it all
Yeah,
together.
we pulled some items that we thought are like the most modular and useful.
Yeah.
And it's always a surprise what ends up being useful. Like the stair, for example, like John's using it as posts and rails and stuff. Like some pieces just happen to be just the right amount of detail and non-detail, so to speak. Like, I don't know, maybe kind of John can. Like, what makes a good modular piece?
That's a really good question.
You can think about it if you want.
What makes a good modular piece? Sometimes luck.
Yeah.
Sometimes. It's a really good question. I tend to be prolific, make a lot, and test it out. And find it that way. So I think in this collection there's around about 20 different parts.
Wow.
But I think I probably made more closer to 40 or 50. But each part only takes a couple of minutes, really. I mean, I think that block is like 6 edits. We can make a new one. The whole scene originally, all of the collection, I think it was a few hours to do it all. We're not talking in normal game dev to do a scene that's this complicated. It would take you days, weeks, probably a month. I think I did the whole scene in a day and a half, something like that. So you can be, because it's sketching, you can be very fast.
Yeah.
And you're not so precious either, because you haven't taken, 6 months to make this.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, that's kind of the key of it is something different happens when you can be fast with it. Like, it's not just the quality jump as you start. Like John said, like it doesn't actually matter what makes a good modular piece. Actually, you just make a ton of them, and one of them happens to be modular, and like maybe you don't need to think about it too much.
Yeah, you can make it from modular to not modular, but making it all complicated, you can do anything.
Yeah, and sometimes you don't even know because. Like Kareem has a tendency to basically hunt through people's dreams and steal pieces. Like he'll just, when he starts stuff off, he's like, oh, I know that Menlu makes good, architectural bits, so he'll go in there, or he'll say, oh, I know John has really good forest or church bits or whatever. And so actually sometimes people don't even know that they made something that's a module. And then until somebody just goes in and like takes it and uses it in a different way, and then all of a sudden it becomes like more and more popular kind of thing. That's cool, man.
It looks really cool. I just realized when you said Matt Lou, I remember his Batman and Bruce Lee and Jimi Hendrix and that remix you did with that
Batman's
teddy
Kareem.
bear. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, that
Batman
was
is Kareem because he
Kareem-
loves comic book
Kareem.
characters.
Like, I want to meet
but
that guy
Lou's
one day. Oh my
Hendrix,
gosh,
yeah.
he seems amazing.
Yeah.
Being Batman, thank you. And Jimi Hendrix and Bruce Lee are awesome too, so thank you, Matt Lou, if you're
He did the
watching
Bruce
this.
Lee as well.
Oh, okay, thank
And
you.
he did the Suzanne. The Suzanne
I didn't see that
paintings,
one.
Yeah.
Wow, that sounds really cool.
Yeah, more stuff is.
Yes. So how many like objects you have right now in your current library of characters of random objects? Is it like thousands? Is it like? Do you have
I think
estimate?
last I heard was 11 or 12K.
That is a lot.
And that's between like the dozen artists we have in the studio, really, and really operating on a daily basis. We have, I don't know, like depending on the day, like 6-7 people or something, kind of making stuff. So over the course of the last few years, we already made thousands. So we're imagining that like first few days in the community will probably dwarf that.
Yeah.
By sheer numbers.
All right, now he's making a tunnel, and it's gonna lead to somewhere magical, I believe. I'm gonna look around PSX. Let me see if we can find anything.
Go for like really open, like almost. What about like? Yeah.
Yeah.
What? Sculpt the piece.
Using a filter of magicalness.
Yeah.
F
Yeah, we
stands
still
for
have yet to wire up like the proper UI.
new color picker.
Yeah, I put
just
in a new
noticed.
color picker.
Yay.
Um,
How many color pickers did you make actually throughout the whole course of dreams? I want to know.
oh God. 7, 8, maybe. I don't know.
I think you might need
I've
some
lost
more.
count.
Yeah, that's really good though.
most of them were awful. Like, well, most of them had something good about them, but mostly bad things about them. And I just kind of forced John and the rest of the people through it.
Yeah.
And basically, the number one complaint I hear is, "Can you just make a regular color picker, please?" And I'm like, "I'll just make that last."
Or you can make as many as you want. Let the community pick which one they want to use.
because it's easy to make a simple one. But
Yeah.
we found some really cool stuff in doing that. Like most of the color pickers are, dead somewhere. But we found a few things along the way, like the color mixing that we use.
Well, that's new.
Yeah, that's just debug.
Oh, okay.
It's like a
I'm trying to memorize it right
thing.
now. I'm just kidding. Yeah, it's gonna be placeholder. I know. Wax on this. Oh boy.
There you go, we got some
Oh,
brass.
that's right. You guys have different filters stuff for the
For the
materials, like the glossiness and the
yeah. So we have all that. Oh, we haven't shown that yet, have we?
PSX
the glow
exclusive
and the
reveal.
metal. Let's go. Yeah, it's all in.
I'm just going to use this.
Yeah.
So I just made this really simple mossy piece.
Yes.
Actually seconds.
Yeah.
Well, you can see. So, and now I'm going to use this around the level, and that's just that would be another really good piece that I would then want to add to my collection.
Yeah, it's interesting that you made the piece like specifically for those rocks. Obviously, but then by rotating it and kind of scaling it, moving it around, it actually fits lots of pieces. That's the key, isn't it? It's like because now it looks like a bush.
That looks really cool. I love the scaling, by the way, in this. It's like you can make a little shrub, or you can make an enormous, huge bush, or... Wait, is a bush and a shrub the same thing? I'm pretty sure it is, isn't it?
No, I don't know.
Oh, no.
I have no idea. I'm not
To the internet
botanist.
later on.
Difference between bush and shrub. Stat. Does one have berries?
Maybe, actually, it's a good point.
So yeah, we just before the show, I put in the tool that lets you set glossiness, metalness, glowiness, waxiness,
Awesomeness.
just a bunch of random stuff. I wish I could have wired it up a little bit better, but we didn't have much time, so it's kind of in a.
So this is really cool already.
But it's,
I'm already blown away. I'm about to fall off my seat just with all the amazingness right now. I'm just slowly going away.
You should. Oh, what are you doing? Oh, really? Oh, for the exit. Oh, cool one.
Oh, is this going to be one of those dream portals?
I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Wait,
So it has this thing called the coat tool, and it like lets you coat stuff, and it has different modes, and those are all the different modes. They're gonna have icons, but G means glow.
Fancy.
So there you go. You just glowed it.
Bonus points. Looks
That's
amazing.
done. And you get, lens flare for free, bloom for free.
Multiple. Oh wow.
It's your happy little scene, John. You can glow whatever you want.
Bob Ross.
Glow the mushroom. Oh, yeah.
Glow the water. Magic water. Or something. I don't know. Mushrooms too.
Yeah, so this tool lets you, can you hue cycle one of them? Yeah. So somebody on Twitter was asking about the Hue Cycling Tool. We have a tool that just lets you cycle, like you could just take a mushroom and it rotates all the colors, so you can like make a blue one or a green one, and it just sort of.
That is honestly the best thing I've seen in a color
So that lets
game.
you like.
Wow.
You don't have to recolor the mushroom. It just like changes the colors only kind of thing. And then of course you could tint the object, or you can make it metal or whatever. But you kind of have all these. That adds to the variety, and the cool thing is you can kind of spray it down. You don't have to.
Whoa! That's wow.
It's not like you click it and then you tweak it or whatever. You could spray it over the scene, and the whole scene just kind of becomes redder. And what that lets you do is just do these very subtle variations very easily. So like on the stairs or
Sorry, I had
something.
to bring
That
it
might
back.
be a good one because it has a lot of pieces. Because one of the things that's kind of difficult is variation, right? So to get some variation on the steps to not make them look similar, you would have to click on each stair and then change the color and then click on each stair, right?
Yeah.
It's a totally tedious process. So variating is usually like a thing you do last, and it's a bit of a. But now it's like you could just spray it, and like wherever you stay longer, it just becomes redder, and it's much more of a painterly process.
Yeah.
It feels a bit more like holistic painting rather than, exactly painting, which is we found it quite useful.
I love the shadow, by the way, with the imps. Like how there's a shadow or casting over the texture that you're pointing to. The detail.
Yeah.
Hello. I am an imp. Fear my impiness. Yay.
Do you? Did we?
Oh no.
Is that the tree?
It's a screensaver. Don't worry, it's a screensaver. It's totally a screensaver. Let's go back to the actual level now.
Can we? I wonder if we can. Aha.
Magic button.
I'm just gonna go ahead and do a little bit of technical maintenance here. Yeah, some things with that tree. Yeah, we're just doing a bit of a. Yeah. But yeah, do you wanna?
Yeah. Are we? No problem. I can ask you some.
Yeah, go for it, man.
Yeah. All right.
We got about 10 minutes before we gotta head to the VR panel.
Okay.
So whatever we want to start with.
Oh, that's right, VR panel. I have that on my list.
Yeah.
I have everything on my list. Okay, cool.
But yeah. Yeah, you could ask some questions and we can sort of.
All right.
Should we just call it? Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, we can finish the questions.
Yeah, anything you want
or
to
like
do,
a few
sure.
questions. Yeah, cool. Right
Yeah.
on, yeah.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Do as many as we can in 10 minutes. Rapid
Yeah.
fire.
Are we live right now still?
Yeah,
or?
we're still live.
Oh, okay,
I just turned the screen off.
First of all, nice splash screen. I don't know, but I'm not gonna say what it is. I don't want to ruin the surprise for anybody for Dreams, but it looks really epic. And you're using Johnny
we could
Beach's account.
You
Holy
should
cow!
show it.
That's
You gonna
nice.
splash it?
The
Start
splash screen right there. Yeah.
Do you want to start the game real quick? Oh yeah. You ready?
That's it. Whoa, that
Oh,
looks
no.
really cool. That
Oh,
looks
no.
really cool.
Can we get it?
That splash screen right there. Wow.
Do it. Oh, did we get some?
Uh,
Maybe.
Did it go through?
Oh well. Next
I'm
time.
curious to know what those top things are, but I think we should save that for another time or something.
Yeah, that's just
yeah,
speed up.
that's a surprise. It's a surprise.
So
Definitely.
what do we got?
Okay, questions, right? Do you want to do these ones or any?
Yeah, we could just go
random
through
ones off
these
the
and
bat?
see what
Up to
we
you
can
guys.
do.
Yeah. Look through them.
Will
Whatever ones you want.
Facial
Definitely.
animation of expressions be possible? Yes. We don't exactly. We have a lot of ideas. We don't know what the final one will be, but yeah, definitely we'll be able to do some kind of animation. We gotta go. All right, we'll do the questions later.
Okay, we'll do the questions later. I promise you guys.
Yeah.
For the Dream Bubble community, thank you for everything, for supporting us. Thank you to me and Molecule, guys. We love you, really, really
Cool.
do. Thank you so much. Much hugs from everybody. All right.
Yeah.
We got
Go
2
watch
minutes?
the.
Oh wait. Oh, it's at 2 p.m.
Yeah. Yeah, watch the VR panel too.
I will. I'm gonna go up there right now and watch it. I'll
Yeah.
be more than happy to. Yay! All right, guys. Special thanks to Santa Look Like Tyler and Pratt and Claw for helping me with DreamBubble and all about that. We have to go now. Hope you guys have a great PSX. Watch twitch.tv/PlayStation. Goodbye. And that's a wrap. That will be amazing too.
Oh yeah.
Okay, yeah, thank you so much.
We're still live.
We're still live? Oh, okay.